Hello everyone, back to today's third video. We're going to look at the weather for the next 10 to 14 days for today's video. So day 10 is going to take us around the 25th of January. We'll be able to extend out beyond that with the extended GFS and ECM ensembles. We're going to go weeks. Going to look at CFSV2 at the end of the video for February. And I shall get on that for you very shortly. Snow watch has been released. There's going to be snow through the course of tonight and tomorrow on the eastern side of the country. Have a look at snow watch, see whether you're including in the risk of some snow in the next few hours. We've also released Jeremy Friday. Generally a cold and wintry theme is set to continue for the next month. So if the Jeremy and CFS models are right, yes, it's going to be remaining cold. There will be further risk of further ongoing snow risks over the next month. As for cold winter, there I said it, the cold winter of 2020-2021 continues, because this is a cold winter that we are currently experiencing. Right, so I shall go on with a third video for you in a moment. Just say that the ECM 42-day look at the 6-week forecast from ECM, I think, going to be pushed back to tomorrow because I had to snow watch today. So I think we're at our limit really with the content today. So the ECM WF 42-day forecast, that's right, 6-week forecast, going to be pushed back to tomorrow morning. We're going to be live streaming after 10 o'clock. We'll live stream the GFS 1878K the pub run, and we'll check in, see how we're all doing after 10 o'clock, and we'll have a little bit of a laugh. So I shall see you then. Right, so the first thing we're going to do, though, is say thank you so much to our latest channel member. We're at 62 channel members now for GWV. It's absolutely incredible, absolutely amazing. So thank you so much to latest channel member Steffi Adcock. Thank you so much to Steffi Adcock for becoming GWV's latest channel member. Got some more channel members to shout out and a new patron as well in the coming days. But for today, thank you so much to Steffi. Thank you so much to Steffi Adcock. Unbelievable. Thank you so much, Steffi, for doing that. Thank you to all channel members. Thank you to all patrons. Thank you to all donors. Thank you to all super chatters as well. The support that you give to me and to GWV is unbelievable and is incredible. So thank you to all of you, and special thank you to Steffi Adcock. Now, the subscribers are slowing up, so I was hoping we might be able to get to 10k by Sunday and give away the £50 Amazon voucher. We are giving away an Amazon voucher when we get to Sunday, by the way, and if you would like to enter into the prize draw, there's two ways you can do it. You can do it at the GWV's Discord. If you just respond to the post in the giveaway channel that Savvy has created, respond to that with an emoji, then that will get you into the draw. And also, you can email me directly at gavsweathers@gmail.com. I'll pick up your email and I'll enter you into the draw yourself. Now, I was hoping we will be able to give away this £50 Amazon voucher on Sunday, because the subs are slowed up quite a lot. Earlier in the week, it was putting on like 100 subscribers a day. Now we've slowed up a lot. We are still putting on subscribers, but at nowhere near the same rate. So I think it's going to be like next week, perhaps, or maybe in the week after. Might be a couple of weeks before we can give away the voucher. As soon as we get to 10k, the nearest live stream, like we live stream on a Wednesday, on a Friday, on a Sunday, but I would do it on a Wednesday or a Sunday. So as soon as we get to 10k, we will do either a Wednesday or a Sunday live stream where we will give away the £50 Amazon voucher. It just depends how quickly we can get. I do not know how quickly this is going to happen. I would like it to happen on Sunday, but I think it's going to be after Sunday. I don't think we're going to get to 10k this weekend because of the way that the subs have slowed up a lot over the past day or so. If you aren't yet subscribed to our channel, then please can you do so. Give us a sub, and thank you so much for doing that. Tell your friends to sub, tell your family to sub, tell everybody you can to subscribe to GWV's YouTube channel. We are trying to get to 10k. We want to get to 10k as soon as we can, but obviously, if the subs slow up, then it's going to take us a little bit longer to give away that voucher. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. I'm getting a little bit stressed about it now, because I had said it'd be like Sunday, and I don't think it will be Sunday now. So, I get stressed with these things. I've made a bit of a rod for my own back, haven't I? But we will get to 10k eventually. It's going to happen eventually. Right, so that's all of that out of the way. Thank you so much, everybody, for the support of course. Right, let's get on with the video then. So we're going to start off with the Arctic oscillation observed and forecast. This is staying negative. Look at this. The AO has been negative since the beginning of this winter. Remember, the black line shows where I've been with the Arctic oscillation. Red line's at the end. We have GFS ensembles are forecasting the Arctic oscillation to go. Just index that's reflected in the atmospheric state when the AO is in its negative. It's in negative territory. You've got blocking, high pressures over the pole. Map pushes cold air out of pole and down to mid latitudes. When the AO is positive, they've got low pressure over pole. Now look at this. The AO went negative at the beginning of December. It's been negative ever since. The AO is still negative. Just here, blocking goes on, and the GFS ensembles are forecasting Arctic oscillation to stay negative right way through to the end of January. Blocking continues. As long as blocking continues over the Arctic, as long as we keep blocking in place, the risk of cold weather will continue. You know, it's inevitable. It's not a guarantee, but it's inevitable. The risk of cold weather will continue, and that takes us through to the end of January. At the same time, the LEO is also in its negative phase, albeit not as much. So again, black line shows we've been with the LEO. That also went neutral to negative at the beginning of December. It's generally stayed there through the winter. The current position is just there, neutral to weekly negative. GFS ensembles are forecasting that the LEO will stay neutral to weekly negative as well. So both the indexes are neutral to negative. It tells us that it's going to be remaining cold, potentially through the next couple of weeks. GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles are looking like this. We're looking at Nottingham today. The red line is a 30-year upper air temperature average for Nottingham. So we're cold today. We're going to lift the temperature up a little bit tomorrow, or tonight and tomorrow. Will be associated with low pressure though. That could bring risk of some sleet or snow. Have a look at Snow Watch and more about that. Then it's going to go colder as we go through the early part of next week. Possibly seeing over the weekend into the beginning of next week. Possibly seeing the temperature tick up a little bit around Tuesday, going milder and wetter on Tuesday, and then after that we have several days of cold weather coming up once again, going colder through into the last week of January, like the closing days of January. A lot of scatter, but general trend is to turn things milder through the last days of January. Have got several ensemble members, however, that are keeping things cold. It's all very extended stuff anyway. It's like beyond the 27th of January through to month's end. So it may turn milder, in the last days of January, but it is by no means guaranteed. And before then, actually, it is looking quite cold and potentially wintry, through the latter stages of next week into next weekend, and then possibly into the start of the following week as well. Precipitation-wise, plenty of precipitation coming up. This is a mix of rain and snow overnight tonight into tomorrow. This is primarily rain Monday into Tuesday, and then all of this stuff could well be a mix of rain or snow. In fact, the snow risk will increase later next week. More about that in a moment. But the snow risk will increase later next week as temperatures start to get colder once again. Temperature anomalies on the 15th to 23rd of January are generally going to be on the colder than average side. Precipitation anomalies from the 15th to 23rd of January generally going to be a little bit above average, especially so for more northern and western areas. This is the latest wind flow map from earthnullschool.net, showing that the next weather system is approaching. So the area of low pressure is just here to the south of Iceland. Its attendant weather front is beginning to move in towards Ireland, and as that pushes into the cold air, that's where our risk of snow is coming from tonight and tomorrow for the east. Right, so this is how the UK Met is looking for, this is how the UK Met is looking for Monday. So Monday we're on a slight little transient ridge, but the next low is out to the west. That moves through as we go into Tuesday. It does bring a milder push from the southwest, so Tuesday will be milder and wetter. By Wednesday we start to push that front and low pressure through. It begins to turn colder on the backside of the low. And as we get through to Thursday, as far as we go with the UK Met, is to start turning wind into the north, becoming even colder again through the second half next week from the north, and the risk of snow will be increasing. This is how the midnight run of the GFS was looking. So again, Monday, perhaps a slightly quieter day for more southern eastern areas anyway, but quite cold. By Tuesday, we're turning wet and windy and milder as the wind pushes in to the southwest. That low pressure sweeps through the country by the time we get through to Wednesday, and we begin to turn the wind back into the north. It gets colder through the second half next week with the low pressure to the east of Scotland. Winds are pulling in to the north. Whilst we're not seeing like that massive Greenland high that we had a few days ago in model output, this is enough to still bring the cold air back. We've got enough blocking there in the North Atlantic up to Greenland to still bring these cold northerlies back. So by Friday this time next week, we are back into a properly cold northerly, bringing snow into northern and eastern parts of the country. And then we keep it cold really as we run up towards day 10. Again, the northerly wind goes on. Little area of low pressure starts to run in from the Atlantic into that northerly wind. It's a long way off, but it might bring like a snow event sometime through next weekend. You know, as low pressure moves into the cold air, that could bring some significant snow. Beyond day 10, still looking quite cold. Really under like a cold there on the 26th of January, still cold at that point. So as we get towards the very end of the GFS run, that we start to bring more of a westerly flow in from off the Atlantic, a little bit milder and wetter by that point. But even at the very end of the GFS run, which today gets us to the 31st of January, we're still really seeing the jet stream on a southerly track. Jet stream is still down here. These areas of low pressure are still really sliding northwest to southeast. We're still trying to raise heights over Scandinavia. So even right at the very end of the GFS run, right on the last day of January, the hints are there that cold weather will never be all that far away. The GFS 6Z looks like this. So again, a slight little ridge for Monday. As we go through into Tuesday, it turns significantly wetter and also milder for Tuesday with winds in from the southwest. Not for long though. By Wednesday, that low pressure pushes away to the east. We turn wind back into the north. Back comes the cold temperatures. This deep low off the east coast of Scotland could bring in severe gale force winds. It's a cold wind as well coming around this low. If you see where the isobars are coming from, so the air with this is actually originating from a very long way north, coming around below. It is modified by the Atlantic quite a lot, but you know, that could bring blizzards to the northern half of the country, particularly to northern Scotland. Could bring heavy snow to the northern half of the country, and just generally looking like quite a wintry feel really into the second half of next week. We keep the wind in from the north as we go through to the end of next week. Northerly winds bringing the risk of snow into northern and eastern parts of the country. Then again, the GFS 6Z wants to try and run this little low in from off the Atlantic next weekend. This is Sunday 24th of January. That comes into the cold air. It does suggest the risk of snow running through southern parts of the country. So for you in lowland southern England, I know so many of you, I read the comments, I know so many of you in lowland southern England for some reason think we're having a mild winter because it hasn't snowed, but we're having a cold winter, and that would dump snow on lowland southern England by the 24th to the 25th of January. Up to day 10, still cold with the GFS 6Z. This next low is going to try and get in from off the Atlantic. And as we run out beyond day 10, then we do start to lift the jet stream north a little bit. So the closing days of January go a little bit more westerly, more towards rain with those areas of low pressure. Although then again, by the very end of January, this is 31st, last day of the month, it looks like the jet stream and this low begin to dig southwards and will possibly start to bring colder air back in from the north. Once again, it's possible it would do. Right, let's have a look at the precipitation type forecast based on those two GFS runs at the weather outlook. Here we go then. So we've got rain and snow coming in tonight. GFS not showing, it's a midnight GFS run to start off with, by the way. Not showing all that much snow for the east with the GFS. Other miles have more snow tonight and tomorrow though. Have a look at snow, see what's going on there. Into next week, early part of the week is milder with rain. Then in the second half of the week it starts to go colder. In comes the snow into the north, and there's increasing amounts of snow as we move through the following weekend. It's up to Sunday the 24th of January now. So yeah, looking cold with snow around. As we go up to 25th of January, again, like, don't take the areas of snow too literally. They could change, of course. Just a suggestion that into the second half next week, the risk of snow will be increasing, and that continues through next weekend and into the start of the last week of the month. Then we begin to push some milder air in off the Atlantic, so we start going more towards rain as we get towards the end of the month. The very end of the month starts going a little bit more towards rain before maybe getting cold again towards the final day of the month, perhaps. Right, so let's have a look at the 6Z then. So we want to move this back to the start, and then we'll go over to the 6Z. If you're enjoying this video, please smash the like button and let YouTube know that you are enjoying it. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Tell your friends to subscribe as well. And drop a comment. Let us know what you think. Right, we go through into next week, and we're going to see further rain through the early part of next week, as the air will be that little bit milder. But by the middle of next week, going towards snow, significant and heavy snow across Scotland. We've had a lot of snow across Scotland since Christmas, and it's going to continue through the course of next week as well. It's down in the south, but we haven't had much snow, but maybe we can start rectifying that by the end of next week. So this gets us into the weekend of the 23rd, 24th of January. Look at this. Significant snow down across the south, where you've been missing out on the snow since Christmas. GFS 6Z does produce a proper snow event for central southern parts of England and Wales. It's a long way out, but, you know, never rule anything out. This is a cold winter that we are in, and eventually, sooner or later, I think southern counties will have, a dump of snow. I think it's inevitable, but it'll happen in the end. Another little snow event there around Monday 25th of January from this area of precipitation running across the south as well. More snow there on the 26th of January. Look at that, more snow. Particularly again focused on more southern areas. It's not until like the last days of the month, but again we start to shift back more towards rain as the jet stream rises northwards. Right, let's have a look at the GEM then. So once again, I'm going to go back to this. So once again, we can see that we're starting off under a little bit of a ridge on Monday. Tuesday will be milder and wetter. Then from Wednesday onwards, it starts to turn colder again. Winds digging in from the north. These little areas of low pressure might engage with that cold air and deliver some snow. Have to wait and see. As we run up towards day 10 again, mist little low just here, pushing into cold air could bring risk of snow. And as we get to day 10, which is the 25th of January, again, we're looking generally quite cold. We're on the cold side of the jet stream black line down there, remember, with these areas of low pressure within the cold air, suggesting there is a risk of snow. Blocking is still there to our north. That's forcing everything southwards, and fundamentally it is the blocking that's giving us this cold winter. ECM looks like that. So again, a little ridge of high pressure on Monday, then low pressure pushes through the country as we go through into Tuesday, bring cloud and outbreaks of rain. Wednesday, Thursday into Friday, winds turning northerly, it gets colder through the second half of next week because showers will turn increasingly to snow in the north, and then as this low pushes up from the south again sometime around next weekend, does suggest that that might bring some significant snow to parts of the country. That's how we look as we get up towards day 10. By then, more low pressure running in off the Atlantic on the northern side of that low. There will be the risk of snow on the northern side of the low pressure. This is the precipitation type forecast based on that ECM run. So the ECM is going for quite a lot of snow actually tonight and tomorrow morning across east parts of the country, far more than like the GFS is showing. Interestingly, when we saw on a snow watch that it's like the ECM is like the snowiest of all models for tonight and tomorrow. Into next week, so the early part of next week will be milder with winds from the southwest, talking more about rain then, but later next week from around Wednesday onwards it will start to turn colder, showers turning increasingly to snow across Scotland, and then into the second half of next week and into next weekend, risk of some snow in southern parts of the country. Look at that, snow into to the south, and more significant snow there as you're heading up towards day 10. Again, particularly focused on Ireland, England and Wales this time, with the risk of a snow event for those areas. These are the options on the table within the ECM ensembles today for day 10, which gets us to the 25th of January. We have 37 members of the ECM ensembles with above average heights to the north, blocking around Greenland. Low pressure is coming in from off the Atlantic with a westerly flow as well, so milder and wetter by day 10 with that option. And then we've got 14 just here, but it's still cold, or very cold, potentially with low pressure over to the east of the country, blocking towards Greenland and forcing the wind in from the north. So the 14 there are the coldest options. The 37 here are not mild, but they're less cold, I suppose, and more unsettled. And then in 2 weeks' time, these are the options that we've got. This will get us more or less to the end of January 30th. 22 members of the ECM ensembles with a mid-Atlantic ridge going up towards Greenland. Low pressure is to the east of the country. Winds will be coming in from the north. 15 with a mid-Atlantic ridge going up towards Greenland. Low pressure over the country. Again, that could be quite cold, actually, and wintry. And then 14, again, with low pressure, just a little bit more from the Atlantic, but again, centered to our east. Heights are still high to the north, so still blocked. That might be a little bit milder with winds in from southwest, but equally, you could easily pull some cold air into that trough of low pressure. Fundamentally, the pattern is not changing. The pattern isn't changing. The blocking remains, even to the end of January. And if the blocking remains, then there is a chance that it could stay cold. Right, finally, CFSV2 for February. This is the 700 millibar height anomaly for February 2021 today, suggesting a lot of northern blocking going on into February. All of the high pressure within the northern latitudes again, low pressure out in the Atlantic, some higher pressure to the south, but displaced further south of its typical position. A trough low pressure across northern Europe through here, so it really could be quite cold into February as well with that, given that amount of northern blocking. As long as as long as the blocking goes on, there is the prospect that it will stay generally quite cold and wintry. Temperature anomalies are close to or slightly above average for February. However, Scandinavia and Northern Europe is looking like having a cold February, and it really wouldn't take much of an adjustment whatsoever to put us into those cold temperatures, as we have been and as we are in January. Precipitation anomalies showing no particular signal. It looks drier than average though towards Scandinavia, and that's indicative, of course, of the blocking within the northern latitudes. If you've enjoyed this video, please can you click like, make sure you subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to tell your friends about Gaz Weather Viz, get them to subscribe as well. And drop a comment and let us know what you think about this and all of our videos. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. If you subscribe, you'll be able to see future weather content, and we'll keep you updated, of course, as this ongoing cold winter continues. Right, so I don't think we're going to do the ECM42 day today. I think that's it for the uploads for today. What we're going to be doing next is live stream, and that'll be after 10 o'clock tonight. So I shall see you there. We'll live stream the GFS 18Z, and we'll have a bit of a laugh and see what we're doing, and that'll be after 10 o'clock tonight. Tomorrow we're going to start off with the ECMWF 42-day forecast, and then we'll have weekend forecast, of course it was on Saturday, and we'll have a 10 to 14 day as well tomorrow. So for this video, that's all for now, and I shall see you live after 10 o'clock tonight. But for this video, that's all for now. Thanks for watching.